Once upon a time in the kingdom of Roland, there lived a King Richard and a Queen Elsa, who, despite many years of marriage, remained childless. This filled their hearts with sorrow. One day, the king ventured into the forest on a hunting expedition. There, he encountered a fearsome beast. After a fierce battle, he managed to slay the creature, but the effort left him exhausted, and he collapsed to the ground, unconscious. A group of children playing nearby came to his aid, helping him to regain consciousness. When he asked about them, they revealed that they were orphans from a nearby orphanage.
A young girl pleaded with him to help her escape the orphanage because the caretaker was very cruel. Moved by her plea, the king decided to adopt all 5 girls and 1 boy, bringing them back to live with him in the palace as his own children. He proclaimed them as heirs to the throne. The queen was overjoyed to suddenly have so many children and busied herself caring for them. The king told the queen that these children had saved his life. After spending few months in the palace, the queen observed that while the girls seemed happy, the boy was always quiet. This concerned the queen. She discussed about this to the king. The king took the boy for a walk in the garden to inquire about his past life. During their conversation, the boy revealed that his name was Kenny. He was not an orphan. His father was alive, but imprisoned. The boy disclosed that his mother had passed away and that his father had been arrested by the palace guards. Upon hearing this, the king promised to investigate the matter. He summoned his minister to locate the boy's father. After searching the records, the minister found a prisoner named Jonathan. When questioned, Jonathan expressed his longing for his son. The minister informed him that the king had adopted his boy and named him an heir to the throne. Jonathan was astonished by this news. However, he feared that if the king discovered he was alive and imprisoned, his son might be disowned. The minister added that Jonathan's son was the only boy among the group of children the king had adopted. He suggested to Jonathan that they would tell the king that Jonathan did not recognize the boy, since he had been arrested when his son was very young, and the boy would not know his father's face. However, the king was displeased and decided that the boy should be raised as a servant, moving him from home to home among different social classes each month. The boy was told that these frequent changes were necessary for him to eventually find his father. When Jonathan learned of this arrangement, he chose to remain silent, clinging to the hope that under the king's protection, his son would be safe from harm. Kenny spent his youth living in a variety of homes, ranging from those of royal ministers and guards to slaves and businessmen. Despite these changes, he was unable to find his father. Meanwhile, all the princesses were married off to princes from neighboring countries. However, on his 15th birthday, the king declared Kenny the next prince of the realm. Kenny was stunned when the king announced him his title. The king called Kenny and explained, "I had you live in different houses so you could understand the mindset of the various classes in our kingdom. You've been performing royal duties since childhood, and now no one knows the secrets of our people better than you. Tell me, do you know who your father is?" The boy responded, "Yes, indeed. The prisoner Jonathan is my father." "How did you know?" the king asked, surprised. "And why did you not tell me earlier?" Kenny smiled and said, "Because you already knew, and so did he. I lived in the prison for 2 years, right in front of my father, because you ordered it. No one cares for a boy like that other than a father." "Do you know why your father is in prison?" the king asked. The boy replied, "Because he was a spy for an enemy country, which means he cannot be bailed out." The king inquired, "So what are you going to do now?" Kenny responded, "According to the law, Spies are freed after 20 years to live their own lives. At that point, with your consent, I intend to appoint him as my personal advisor." The king was taken aback by Kenny's remarkable understanding of legal matters and his mature handling of personal desires. It marked the beginning of a promising future for the kingdom under Kenny's leadership. And so, the tale of Kenny, the once orphaned boy, destined to become a benevolent ruler, continued to unfold within the walls of Roland's ancient kingdom.